If you want to start a print-on-demand business, but you don't want to buy a bunch of shirts, store inventory, or ship orders yourself, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a print-on-demand t-shirt listing using Canva and Printify. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to make your own design, add it to a product, connect it to Etsy, and create your first listing. The best part is that you can follow along with me and create your own shirt as we go. For this example, we're going to make a simple t-shirt design. You don't need to be a professional designer. You don't need expensive software. And you don't need to buy any inventory before you make a sale. Let's start with the first step, choosing what to sell. Before you open Canva, you need a shirt idea. This is where many new Etsy sellers make a mistake. They create a random design and hope someone buys it. Instead, start with a specific type of person. For example, dog moms, teachers, nurses, book lovers, gardeners, moms, or people who love a certain hobby. The more specific your audience is, the easier it is to create a shirt they will actually want. For this example, let's pretend we're creating a shirt for people who love gardening. We could make a shirt that says, "Just one more plant." This is simple, but it connects with a very specific group of people. You could also make designs like, "Plant Lady," "Powered by Plants," or "I'd rather be gardening." The goal is to create something your customer can see and say, "That's me." Now let's open Canva. Create a new design. For a t-shirt design, I recommend using a square design. You can create a design that is 4,500 by 5,400 pixels. This gives you a large file that can work well for printing. Now, we are going to keep our design very simple. You don't need to fill the entire shirt with graphics. Simple designs can work really well. First, add your text. I'm going to type, "Just one more plant." Now choose a font. When you're making a shirt, you want the words to be easy to read. Avoid fonts that are too thin or overly complicated. A bold font usually works well on a t-shirt. You can test a few different fonts until you find one that matches the style of your audience. Now let's add a small graphic. In Canva, click on Elements. Then search for something related to your design. For this shirt, I might search for a plant, a flower, or a small leaf. When choosing graphics, make sure you understand the license for the elements you are using. You should also be careful when using Canva content for products you plan to sell. Always check the current licensing rules before selling your design. For this example, let's add a simple plant graphic underneath the words. Now we can arrange everything on the page. I want the words to be the main focus. The graphic should support the design, not make the shirt too busy. You can move the elements around until the design looks balanced. Then zoom out and imagine the design on an actual shirt. This is a good time to check your design. Can you read the words easily? Does the design look good from far away? Would your target customer actually want to wear it? If the answer is yes, we can download the design. But there is one very important step. You want to make sure the background is transparent. This means you won't have a big white square printed around your design. Click Share, then click Download. Choose PNG as the file type. If you have the option to select a transparent background, turn that on. Then download your design. Now you have a file that you can upload to your print-on-demand company. For this example, we are going to use Printify. Printify connects with Etsy and helps print and ship your products when a customer places an order. Go to Printify and create an account. Once you're inside your account, look for the option to create a new product. You will see many different products. You can sell t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, hats, phone cases, and more. For this video, we're going to choose a t-shirt. When you are starting out, I recommend choosing one product and learning how the process works. You don't need 100 products on your shop on day one. Now choose your t-shirt. Printify may show different providers that can print the product. You will want to compare things like the product price, the shipping cost, the available colors, the sizes, and the reviews. You should also check where the product is printed and how long production may take. Don't choose a provider just because it has the lowest price. A very cheap shirt may not be the best choice if the quality is poor. You want a product that gives your customer a good experience. Once you choose your product, click to start designing. This is where you will upload the Canva design you just created. Upload your PNG file. Printify will place your design on the shirt. Now you can see what your design looks like on the actual product. This is one of the most important parts of the entire process. Look closely at your design. Is the text too small? Is it centered? Does it look good on the shirt? Is anything cut off? If something looks wrong, go back to Canva and fix the design. Then upload the new version. Do not rush this step. A mistake on your product mockup can turn into a mistake on a real customer order. Now choose the shirt colors you want to sell. You do not have to offer every single color. In fact, starting with a few colors can make your listing easier to manage. For our gardening shirt, we might choose black, white, green, and a neutral color. Think about what colors look best with your design. If your design has black text, it may not look good on a black shirt. Once your design looks good, look at the product price. Let's say the shirt costs $12. You also need to consider shipping and Etsy fees. You want to make sure your price leaves you with a profit after all of your costs. For example, if the shirt costs $12 and you charge $24.99, you still need to think about shipping and fees. Always calculate your real profit before publishing the product. Printify may give you a suggested retail price. You can use that as a starting point, but you do not have to use their exact price. The price you choose should make sense for your product and your customer. Many sellers start somewhere around the $20 to $30 range for a basic t-shirt. But prices can vary depending on the shirt, design, shipping, and your brand. Now, let's prepare the Etsy listing. If your Printify account is connected to Etsy, you may be able to publish the product directly to your Etsy shop. Before you publish it, you need to create a strong title. Your title should explain exactly what the product is. For our example, a title could be, "Just One More Plant Shirt, Funny Gardening T-Shirt, Plant Lover Gift, Gardener Shirt." Notice how the title includes words people might actually search for. Next, you need your product description. Your description should make it easy for the customer to understand what they're buying. Start by describing the shirt. For example, looking for a fun shirt for the plant lover in your life? This Just One More Plant Shirt is perfect for gardeners and plant lovers. Then explain the product details. Mention the shirt style, available sizes, available colors, and how the product is made. Keep the description easy to read. You can also include a simple size guide. This is important because customers want to know how the shirt will fit. If the shirt is a unisex style, explain that. You can say something like, "This shirt has a unisex fit. Please check the size chart before ordering." Always use the actual information from the product provider. Do not guess about sizes, materials, or shipping times. Now let's talk about your Etsy photos. Your first photo is very important. This is the image people see when they're scrolling through Etsy. You want your shirt to be easy to see. Printify may give you mock-up images that show your design on a person or on a plain background. Choose images that make the shirt look clear and attractive. Your first photo should quickly show people what the product is. You can also add several other photos. For example, you could show the shirt on a model. You could show the front of the shirt. You could include a close-up of the design. You can also add a size chart. If your product provider gives you good mock-ups, you may be able to use those. Just make sure the images accurately show the product you are selling. Now let's add your Etsy tags. Tags help Etsy understand what your product is about. For this shirt, possible tags might include, gardening shirt, plant lover gift, funny gardener shirt, plant mom shirt, gardener gift, plant lady shirt, and gardening gift. Think about the different ways your customer might search for your product. Try to use specific phrases instead of only broad words like shirt. Now choose the correct category. For this product, you would choose the appropriate clothing or t-shirt category. Then add the correct attributes. These may include things like color, size, style, occasion, and other product details. Etsy uses this information to help shoppers find your product. So take a few minutes and fill out as much accurate information as possible. Before you publish your listing, review everything. Look at the title, look at the photos, check your description, check the price, check your sizes, check your colors, and make sure your design looks correct. This is also a good time to order a sample. You do not always have to order one before you list the product. But ordering a sample can help you see the real product quality. When you are ready, publish your listing. Now, this is important. Publishing one shirt does not mean you will automatically get sales. Many new sellers make one product and then give up when it does not sell right away. Instead, think of your Etsy shop like a store. One shirt is not really a store. You want to slowly build a collection of products for your target customer. For example, if you are selling gardening shirts, you could create more designs for the same audience. You might make a funny gardening shirt, a gardening gift, a plant mom shirt, a vegetable gardening shirt, a flower gardening shirt, and a gardening sweatshirt. Now your shop starts to look like a real brand for gardeners. You can also create different designs for the same idea. Maybe your first design says, "Just one more plant." Your next design could say, "Plant Lady." And another could say, "My weekend plans include gardening." You can take one audience and create many different products for them. This is much easier than trying to sell a completely different product to everyone. So let's quickly review the entire process. First, choose a specific audience. Second, come up with a shirt idea. Third, create the design in Canva. Fourth, download it as a PNG with a transparent background. Fifth, upload it to Printify. Sixth, choose your shirt and product provider. Seventh, check your mockups and pricing. Then connect the product to Etsy. Create your title, description, photos, tags, and product details. Finally, publish your listing and continue creating more products for the same type of customer. The goal is not to make one perfect shirt. The goal is to build a collection of products that people actually want. And that is how you can start a print-on-demand business using Canva and Printify. You can create the design yourself, and when someone orders, the product can be printed and shipped for you. If you want more videos about starting an online business and creating digital products, make sure you subscribe. And if you want, I can also make a full video showing you how to find a profitable pod niche before you create your first design.